It's been nearly 60 years since President John F. Kennedy's assassination, yet it still remains a source of tremendous intrigue. Now, President Biden is facing mounting legal pressure for postponing the release of a final trove of about 16,000 records related to the 1963 assassination. The Mary Ferrell Foundation, the nation's largest online source of JFK assassination records, is now suing President Biden and the National Archives to release them. The lawsuit alleges that the feds have unlawfully redacted other previously released records. Now, back in 1992, then President George H.W. Bush signed off on the JFK Records Act, which required that all related documents be made public by October 26, 2017. That hasn't all happened. The National Archives says at least 88% of the collection has been released to the public. And as for the remaining 12%, well, Donald Trump delayed some of it, citing national security reasons. Last year, Biden blamed the pandemic for slowing the review process. The delay has prompted historians and transparency advocates and even some members of the Kennedy family to question the government's motives. When asked about the lawsuit this week, the White House declined to comment. Joining us now is Jefferson Morley. He's the vice president of the Mary Ferrell Foundation, the group suing for the release of the final JFK records. He's also the editor of the JFK Facts blog. Now, can you explain to us, Jefferson, just why these files are so important to get out there?
This is about 5% of the government's collection of JFK assassination records that still contain redactions nearly 60 years after the fact. And as you explained, we're 5 years past the deadline set by Congress for full disclosure. The law says that after 25 years, JFK records should only be withheld in the rarest of cases. That's the language of the law. In response to the language of the law, the CIA says, we're going to withhold 11,275 documents with redactions. That's what the CIA means by the rarest of cases. So they're not complying with the law. We're going to court to say somebody has to enforce the law here, and it's up to the president. And we think of our lawsuit as a constructive solution for the president to solve this problem.
I'm curious for the words from then President Trump, who at the time said that the documents were being delayed because of national security reasons. What do you make of that reason?
And the reasoning is mostly specious. When you look at what they've been withholding in the past, a lot of the time it's completely trivial. One document that was withheld for 50 years said that the United States and Great Britain had an intelligence sharing relationship. And that's no secret to anybody. That's the kind of thing.
Now.
So, you're right. So there's rampant overclassification. The other thing, though, is they are hiding significant information about the causes of the assassination. And let's be very clear here about what they're hiding, okay? What they're hiding is the agency's pre-assassination interest in Lee Harvey Oswald, the man who was accused of shooting the president and who denied it. The CIA has always tried to downplay how much they knew about Oswald before the assassination, and they're continuing to do that to this day. So there is a lot of trivial information that is being withheld, and there's some very serious information that's being withheld.
I got to ask you, after you talking about what the parts of the investigation that you haven't been able to see because they haven't been released, even though they were supposed to be released 5 years ago, I got to wonder, do you worry that this is going to really hype up, if you will, the conspiracy theorists who are out there who will point to this and say, look, why are they hiding this? Do you have those same concerns?
Absolutely. I mean, conspiracy theories have flourished because the government's theory of the crime is not very credible. And if you blow the deadline, if the CIA blows the deadline for full disclosure, people are going to be very skeptical and suspicious, naturally. I mean, it's the appropriate reaction. It is suspicious behavior. Now, come December 15th, we expect that the CIA is going to obey the law. They're not going to make President Biden look bad, and they're really going to only withhold in the rarest of cases. So we hope and expect the CIA to comply with the law.
Jefferson Morley, thank you so much. We will be waiting and watching to see if that happens.